Why they keep on talking about you, bro? Like, why your name is in all their songs?
Shit.
I guess the $1 million question is, how Lil Noonie ain't get hit?
Man, we high as hell, man. Just think about it. I don't fucking do it.
I ain't get hit because somebody was doing 60 miles per hour and they was shooting out a window. That's why. I thought it was gangster when you get on feet.
Right.
But shit, we gonna change the subject.
Shark bit.
Yeah, we really gotta change the subject out. The shark bit is dope.
Jada showed up on stage with Lil Nun, turned up for him publicly, and the internet immediately lost it. Because if you know the full picture, who Lil Nun is to FullyChop's circle, what happened to Lil 50, and what Jada was saying about these same people just months earlier, this was not just a shocking moment. This was one of the most talked about switches in Chicago drill in recent memory. To understand why this landed the way it did, you need the root of the war first. PGF, Psycho Gang Family, is out of West Englewood, centered around 59th Street and Paulina. The crew's name comes from a tribute to one of PGF Nuck's closest friends, who went by Psycho. In 2017, Psycho was shot and killed in a case of mistaken identity. He was reportedly struck multiple times while playing basketball. His death broke the crew, and they named themselves in his memory. That loss was followed by more. In 2020, another PGF affiliate named Marlowe was gunned down near the 5600 block of South Marshfield when a dark-colored SUV pulled up and multiple people opened fire. In the streets, fingers pointed at 147 Hood for Marlowe's death, though nothing was officially confirmed. And according to those same streets, a person named Sosa, someone described as very close to FullyChop, was also killed, with the shooting attributed to members connected to Lil Nun's 147 side. 147 Hood has been PGF's biggest ops for years. That is the foundation everything else sits on. FullyChop came up inside that PGF world. He is one of the most active voices on that side, and he was also extremely close to a young man named Lil 50. The two had a genuine friendship. They were seen together consistently, moved together, and by all accounts had a real bond. FullyChop was one of Lil 50's closest people. Then Lil 50 was killed. He was ambushed in an alley in Chicago's Woodlawn neighborhood, shot twice, once in the chest, once in the leg, and did not survive. His sister Jada went on Instagram Live crying, demanded accountability for whoever was responsible, and put $30,000 on the head of the people she held responsible. She was grieving loudly and publicly. FullyChop was part of that circle mourning with her. That is the backdrop. Now here is where Jada's move becomes so hard for people to understand. Lil Nun is on the opposite side of this war. 147 versus PGF, FullyChop's ops. In that context, him and Lil 50 were not aligned. Lil Nun had also dissed Lil 50 on multiple occasions after his death, using his name in bars aimed at FullyChop's circle. That history was known. So, when Jada started being seen around Lil Nun, appearing on stage with him, and when rumors started circulating that the two were romantically involved, the reaction was immediate and sharp. From FullyChop's perspective, and from many people in the community, how do you go from publicly mourning your brother, putting a bounty on those responsible, and writing for his name, to turning up on stage with someone who dissed him repeatedly? That is what people in the streets and online called the ultimate backdoor. Jada came on Instagram Live to address it directly. Her argument was layered. She said that Lil Nun had dissed Lil 50 because of FullyChop, that it was FullyChop's beef that dragged her brother's name into Nun's songs in the first place. She also said Lil Nun had personally told her he only mentioned Lil 50 because people on the other side were mentioning him first, and that it was essentially reciprocal trolling rather than a personal attack. She pushed back against the idea that Lil Nun was targeting her brother out of genuine hatred, framing it more as being caught up in the gang war dynamic. She also addressed the rumor that was circulating online, claiming Lil Nun may have been responsible for Lil 50's death. Jada denied that directly. She and others close to the situation insisted there was no evidence connecting Nun to what happened to her brother, and she said Nun had apologized to her personally for the disses. For Jada, that was enough to move differently. For a lot of people watching, it was not. Meanwhile, FullyChop was not quiet about it. a leaked audio recording began spreading online, reportedly capturing a direct confrontation between Jada and FullyChop. In the exchange, FullyChop was furious. He called what she did a straight back door, accused her of moving around with his ops, and made clear that associating with Lil Nun while calling herself someone who rode for Lil 50 was a direct contradiction in his eyes. The conversation got heated. FullyChop allegedly threatened to slap her for it. Jada fired back, telling him he had no right to check her, questioning what exactly he had done to actually address what happened to her brother. Both sides were raw in that recording, and it spread fast. The two went at it again on a Clubhouse call that also started circulating. On that call, Jada went even harder. She accused FullyChop of ducking situations when it counted, of not actually moving on her brother's behalf the way he claimed to represent him. She told him directly that the loyalty he kept claiming toward Lil 50 did not match his actions. FullyChop pushed back, reminding people of how close he had genuinely been to Lil 50, even referring to him as a brother. But Jada was not hearing it anymore. Her position was that if he had truly loved her brother that much, things between them would look completely different. By the end of it all, Jada publicly called FullyChop a fake friend. That is where they landed. Separate from the Jada situation, PGF has been dealing with significant pressure. PGF Nook, the crew's most recognizable figure, was arrested and charged federally with multiple carjackings. Prosecutors alleged he approached a victim at a gas station with a firearm, forced him out of his vehicle, then targeted another victim at a second location and forced an electronic money transfer before taking a second car. He was already facing a separate federal gun case when the new charges hit. With Nook in federal custody, the crew lost its loudest public presence at a moment when the beef with 147 was still running hot. That context matters for understanding why the FullyChop and Lil Nun beef is not just personal drama. This is the surface expression of a crew war that has been costing lives for years. Psycho, Marlo, Sosa, Lil 50. Each one of those losses added weight to the conflict, and each one created grievances that did not go away when the funeral was over. Lil Nun has been direct in interviews about how the beef started from his side, saying it was FullyChop who dissed him first through music, and that he responded because he was provoked. FullyChop's position is that 147 has been at war with his circle long before any song dropped, and that the music is just an extension of what was already happening in the streets. What Jada's move did was throw a personal wildfire into the middle of an already burning war. From FullyChop's side, having Lil 50's own sister publicly align with 147 felt like the ultimate violation of loyalty. From Jada's side, she is making her own choices about who she moves with, and does not feel obligated to stay inside boundaries set by someone she now considers a fake friend. Neither side is backing down. The diss tracks are still coming. The social media shots are still flying. And the root of it, years of bloodshed between PGF and 147, names that are no longer here, grief that does not have a clean outlet, none of that has been resolved. Jada on that stage with Lil Nun did not create this war, but it took everything that was already burning and poured fuel on it in the most personal way possible. Drop a comment. Do you think Jada was right to move the way she moved? Or was this the ultimate backdoor?